That's the first story.
Yes, it is the North Pole for gun control. Yes, it's true. More Americans think Santa is a Democrat. A new survey has found that 44% believe the jolly man of heft is a member of the left versus 28% who think St. Nick tilts more towards Tricky Dick. Oh, that's pretty good. Meanwhile, keeping it political and seasonal, more people think Mitt Romney belongs on the nice list than feel the same about our Kenyan-born socialist president. Oh. As for other tinsley tidbits, almost 50% believe there's an actual war on Christmas, while 4 in 10 Americans, that's 40%, Miles, do not. And finally, 100% of those surveyed agree that orangutans are always high. Oh, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. Security, kill him! He was trying to fix my mic. See, that's why we have animal videos. So we can fix things in the middle of the show. People think the animal videos are for fun, but they're for glitches. And I couldn't let them go because of that. Brooke, sorry, Jack. Doesn't this survey, in a way, illustrate the simplicity of liberalism? Just give me free stuff from the North Pole and wear red.
Of course. Yeah,
agree with me.
Okay, but I think the more important question is who personifies the Maccabees during this holiday season? Who is fighting for freedom? Who is risking their lives for freedom of religion? I think it's very important during this holiday season that we show our troops the respect that they deserve.
Wow, that's a very sensible...
Who are the Maccabees again?
Actually, you know what I learned? The Roman Catholic Church and the Eastern Orthodox Church all celebrate the Maccabees as heroes, as martyrs, as do the Jews.
Yeah, they are. But I got a thought on Santa Claus.
What?
I'll bet you, had this been asked 50 years ago, more Americans would have said he's a Republican. And the reason? Because he brought gifts to good kids. Were you good? It was reward. Republicans believe in reward and punishment, and Democrats believe in free gifts.
That is an excellent point. Nowadays, it's just redistributing gifts, and they're all the same, because you can't have a better gift than somebody else. So all the gifts coming from the government suck because you can't make them better. Miles, I suppose you agree that Santa is a Democrat, or possibly an Occupy Wall Street?
I like that you guys are so PO that you lost another cool person. First of all, I don't think black people are not good people. I think they deserve presents.
Wait, where do you get that? Where do you get that?
This is the problem with the GOP. They talk about Jesus and Christianity, but when people want to help people, they go, no, I don't want to vote for that. Like, whatever happened to the spirit of Christmas? It's about giving. It's about welfare. And I don't even know why we're talking about Christmas. In a world where, as Oliver Stone put it, the top 1,000 richest people have more wealth than the bottom 3 billion. I think I would rather. I'm more excited about Kwanzaa, and that maybe we should be. We should be more excited about Kwanzaa's founder, Malwena Karinga.
Yes.
He's a lot. He's my Santa. Like, keep laughing while you make fun of people who are suffering.
We're not making fun of anybody who's suffering.
It sounds like it.
We aren't.
Okay, well then vote for Obama, because that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to help people.
We don't have to. He's already reelected.
We'll vote for him next time.
He can't. He was already voted.
We'll see. That might get changed.
That is a good point.
And it should.
Yeah, you think that?
It worked for Pinochet.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
No, that's a bad example. We forget
Chavez. Chavez. You meant Chavez.
I meant Chavez.
Yes. Yeah.
Bill, try to pretend you were listening and then formulate an answer.
Of course. Of course. Man wears all red. Kermie. Karl Marx's white beard. Marxist. All the elves. They're all male. Gay!
Oh my God.
The only thing vaguely conservative are the reindeers, where the stronger reindeers are on top, Rudolph, and the ones that don't work as hard are in the back, Blitzen. But the rest of him is unbelievably communist. It makes perfect sense. And also, what does he distract us from? Religion. We're focusing on Santa rather than baby Jesus. The war is real.
Rudolph is actually an oppressed minority who overcame his problems.
No, he's a drunk. Rosacea, nose, look into it. You're Scottish.
Full news. You can bring up a good point. You get shut down.
By the way, do they ask? Do parents ask are you good? Is that even an issue now?
It has to be.
Do you deserve a gift?
I don't have children, but I feel qualified to say that is true. That Santa is used to keep kids being good, correct?
I don't know. I do have children, and I'm going to say I don't know.
My brother actually.
I really don't know.
My brother Gavin
But it's
does
worth
something.
doing.
I believe they'll get something, maybe from their mom.
What, Miles?
My brother Gavin does something really disgusting and despicable, where he says, "I'm going to call Santa," and he picks up the phone and his children behave, and it makes me puke.
Really?
Oh, God.
Do you still
So
talk
a lot of parents do that still. And that's the origin of Santa. It's to discipline children, turn them into little robots who will produce at the factories and make everyone rich.
The Coke factories, the Coca-Cola factories.
Yeah.
So you
Santa is a trademark, or was a trademark, of Coca-Cola Company.
Really?
He was their logo, yeah.
It's about the system,
know that,
essentially.
people.
I
All
thought
right.
it was St. Nicholas.
This is now becoming stupid. From Santas to tantrums, they're being jerks about right to work. On Tuesday, right to work legislation was passed by the Michigan legislature and signed by Governor Rick Snyder, putting an end to the days of closed shops in that state. In other words, workers can't be forced to join a union and pay union dues in order to take a job. Thankfully, opponents of the new law took their defeat gracefully. I'm kidding. Here's Michigan Democratic Representative Doug Geis.
And we're going to pass something that will undo 100 years of labor relations. And there will be blood. There will be repercussions.
See, he was referring to organizing a blood drive. I don't see anything violent about that. And here's some union thugs tearing down a tent belonging to Americans for Prosperity, a pro-right-to-work organization. To be fair, I hate camping. Well, at least there weren't any actual assaults on people. That was, of course, Fox News contributor Stephen Crowder on the receiving end of some peaceful fists. Right now, I think I need something to calm myself down. See, I told you. Gay marriage. Once gay marriage is okay, you're going to have llamas and dogs just hanging out together. Yeah, you said I would be wrong, but I was right. Dennis.
Yes.
Surprised, unsurprised, in the middle of surprise and unsurprised about the reaction of the unions today?
Actually, I'm surprised that there was as little violence as there was. Mm-hmm. The sad thing is, and it's a serious point I'm about to make, and I almost feel like I'm wrong in doing this.
No, it's okay. We do have serious points here.
Oh, I know that. I know. But one of my theories about leftism is it makes worse people. Mm-hmm. They start out good, and because they are certain that the opposition is evil.
Yeah.
See, we don't think that they're evil.
Right.
They think we are evil. We think they're wrong.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
That's a major point.
So you can beat somebody up if he's evil. I mean, if you saw a KKK member, you would want to punch him.
Exactly.
We are KKK in their eyes.
Yeah, and everything that they do is for the greater good.
Exactly.
And so any kind of socialist organization of the last 70, 80 years, which has done horrible, horrible things to millions of people, is for the greater good.
Yes.
Because you know what? Hey, we're looking forward to a socialist utopia. Brooke.
Okay,
Yeah.
my turn to make a serious point.
Yes.
I think also what's painfully ironic here is the fact that these people are exercising their right to peaceful assembly, and what are they protesting? The right to assemble with whomever you want, the right to freedom of association. It makes absolutely no sense. And what's also painfully obvious here is the fact that if unions were doing their jobs, people wouldn't be running away from them. They hold them hostage, and that's what this right to work bill is about. The bill is not stopping people from becoming members of unions. They're giving them the freedom to associate.
This is my point. This can actually save unions because it actually introduces competition to unions, that you might actually have to do a better job. You might actually have to advocate for better policies. You might have to win people back, which you didn't have to do. Miles, something tells me that you didn't think that the violence went far enough.
I don't understand why you guys want everyone to be exploited. We fought so hard to get people out of the coal mines and into the working world where they were equal human beings. You know, it reminds me of Billy Bragg when he said, "The union's forever defending our rights. Down with the black legs, the workers unite."
What's your point?
Well, it's hard to explain to a crying child why her daddy won't go back. Well, the family suffer, but it hurts me more to hear a scab say, "Sod you, Jack."
Yeah, but
No,
that's
think
irrelevant.
about it, Greg. Let it wash over you.
What is
We
that?
fought and died for these unions, and now they're here and no one can take it. Well, guess what? It's time for workers' rights, right?
But they're not even dealing with collective bargaining. All they're saying is that they want to have the option of not joining a union.
Right, but who gets these benefits? The scabs, the blacklegs.
No.
They come in, they get all the benefits that union fought for, and then they sod off.
But how can you be a scab if you're choosing not to be in a union?
Because they still get the benefits. Listen to the guys screaming that were punching Stephen Cowder.
Yeah, but actually they're not getting the benefits.
I'm actually pretty sure they are, because the guy said that, the fat guy.
No, but most of the money that is being spent is being spent politically to re-elect
I'm
candidates.
90% sure these guys are going to get everything the union fought for and do none of the work.
Really?
And not pay their dues.
No, but actually, they don't want to pay the dues.
I meant metaphorically.
Right. Bill?
I don't feel comfortable speaking in a table full of members of the KKK. Miles accepted, you especially, Goldstein. But the fact of the matter is that was a Americans for Prosperity tent that they were going over after there. And what the Koch brothers need to understand.
That's right. That's okay to go after them then, right?
No, they need to understand it's all in the name. For some reason, prosperity drives people nuts. I have a group there as well, Americans for Failure. Now, Americans for Failure, our shantytown didn't get touched. Not one of our tin houses was knocked down. And we had a guy with sideburns that looked like Crowder, and he was all in your face and doing scenes, but no one bothered him. It was all about the naming, Koch brothers. When you put your billions into that, think about changing the name.
What he's saying subliminally is that because the Koch brothers were involved, it was okay to trash their place.
Well, now it's not subliminal.
Exactly. It's not subliminal. By the way, one very simple point. If this is what they would do on cameras, imagine what they would do when the camera's not on.
Well, there were no arrests. I mean, that was it.
Sorry, but there were
beat the
two
crap
people.
out of a guy.
He did. You saw the picture. He had like a little. I bet you that was there before.
Did you see the two people in wheelchairs?
I've gotten hit in the face. It doesn't look like that.
What
How can you tell?
There's a reason my nose looks like a lightning bolt. You don't get a little beauty mark right here. You get destroyed.
Dennis?
Here's another thing that blows my mind is the taking over of the state capitol. Have you ever seen, and now maybe there is an answer, maybe it's not a rhetorical question, but have you ever seen a conservative group take over a state capitol? Why doesn't pro-life people, they're at least as passionate about their beliefs.
That's a good point.
Why don't they, but it's taken for granted that the left is allowed to do what is ultimately a violent act, taking over a state capitol.
And by the way, speaking of violent act, that guy still has not been arrested for what he did to Crowder. If he was a Tea Partier, he'd already be in jail. I want to go to you, Miles. What would you rather have? The unions, what the unions want are high wages and low employment, or the opposite, which is just having more people employed?
I'll tell you what I want. I want justice.
Yes.
I mean, you look at the teachers' unions, I would rather the rich were poor and everyone got poor if we could all just be equal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly right.
Wait.
Exactly right.
Yeah, we agree with you.
Wait, why are you agreeing with me?
Because that's what you want. That was the most honest guy on
No,
the left
I
I've ever met.
change it then.
That was perfect. You are
You're
not
a Nazi.
That's correct. That is correct.
All right.
Yep.
Wow.
You can edit this later, right?
Yeah, we'll take that out.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I just meant that everyone should, like, when you're born the same, and there's all these poor people, that's not right. If a baby has 4 building blocks and this baby has 1 building block, shouldn't that baby give this baby another building block?
No.
I feel like I'm sitting next to Tom Snyder and Andy Kaufman.
All right.